everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Latrice and I am on a journey to retire this year. This is June, my birth month. I will be 55 this month, and it was my goal to retire at 55. I am hoping to be able to resign from my position, not for a few months. I want to do it right before the holidays set in so I could really enjoy that time with my family this year. So I still have a few months left to work, but I started a few different businesses to kind of have income that I can fall back on when I officially, resign from my job. And those things are going well. One was a vending business, which I do have videos up on that. I also have a rental with hopes of having a second one here soon, so I'll be making videos on that. And then, of course, just trying to dabble in drop shipping. I have a store that I am working on and trying to really make that happen. So trying to put the work in to hopefully it'll take off into something really big. But this particular video is also about a video I made earlier, which was about me trying to get my school loan forgiven. I took out a school loan like 15 years ago now to get my master's in business. I felt like I really wasn't, going where I wanted to in my career at that time, and I thought going back and getting my master's, one, with that being put on a resume with help, and then just the knowledge of going back to school, gaining that knowledge. I thought I could only benefit from that. And I will say that I think it did have some impact on some of the positions I was able to gain. Or it could have just been the fact that I had been in the field for a lot of years and gained knowledge, and that also helped me get certain positions. So I don't know, but I do know I was burdened with that debt for almost 15 years. And so I put up a video where I had received a letter from a servicer called Nelnet. At that time, I did not have my loans with Nelnet. They were with Navient. And anyone that has Navient would know that they did not care about nothing. Unemployment, any and everything that you could think of, they wasn't very helpful. And so I said, okay, they're sending me a letter saying if I have any of these particular things that they were gonna be considering those loans to be forgiven. And I was like, okay. And so I did a little bit of reading online and found that with Nelnet, they had the savings plan, which was a Biden administration's program. And so I reconsolidated my loans with Nelnet. I think I did that back in February. And so they, sent me the information. So they accepted my reconsolidation of my loan. They took it on. At first I was very like, oh my God, what did I do? Because once the whole process was over and then my loans were switched over to Nelnet, my actual monthly payment went up like $100 and some, and I was like, okay, I didn't sign up to pay $120 more a month on these loans. But I was like, okay, it's part of the process. Let me just do what I need to do, and hopefully, something will happen. And so this was like in April. And so by the end of March, after I made like my second payment, I got a letter that was saying, you know, I won't have a payment due until at least the end of July because my loans were up for consideration as far as being forgiven. And I was elated just to have the email that said they were even considering them. And so I went on about my thing, happy not to have a monthly payment of my loans for a few months. And so lo and behold, not even 2 weeks later, I got an email that said all of my school loans had been forgiven. So I was like, there's no way. Even though I did it in hopes of doing that, I still was in disbelief. I was like, no, there is no way. So I logged into my Nelnet account, and oh my goodness, it said paid in full. So I cannot believe it. I am so happy. My goodness, 15 years, like, making payments on this. And believe me, I thought about letting them default, and I took every forbearance that I could. I am almost in tears again, like I was when I checked that account and it said paid in full. I cannot believe that I don't have that to think about. Like, I'm all for paying your debts. Once again, like I said, I paid it for 15 years and my intent was to pay it until it was paid in full. But that is just like a big relief. For me, it's helping me get closer to my goal of early retirement, because that's one less bill that I have to think about, you know, carrying when I'm trying to really get up to a point in my life where I just want to try to enjoy life and family. So that's a blessing. So I don't know how much longer, you know, this process will be going, because this is an election year. But if you can make the switch and, you know, reconsolidate your loans under that Biden savings plan, I would say go for it. Read, call, like, do what you need to do, because it is real. When I heard people were getting their loans forgiven, and I was like, okay, well, my loans have not been forgiven, and this has been around for so long. But all it took was a little reading, and I did it, and it's real. So one step closer to being able to make my goal of being retired. And once again, for me, retirement is going to look different, because I do intend to continue on with my vending business, which I do that a couple of days out of the week. I do intend on managing, or, you know, taking care of my rentals. As like I said, I have one, and I'm currently looking for tenants to figure out the lease on this particular property to move on to something else. But it will not be the stress and the anxiety that I feel now, you know, continuing to work in as a salary manager and being responsible for other people. I just want to work, be responsible for myself, punch a clock, that I don't have to do 60, 70 hours a week, missing, you know, my family functions and things like that. So this is really, right, like, made a big impact in my, you know, life. So I encourage you to look at my video, or just go online and research and see how much longer that is going to be a possibility, so that you too can take the steps to try to get your school loans forgiven. So as always, if you found any value in this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. All right.